Okay, so we put a brand new blade on with number 1. That didn't help it. We tested the tension on the belt. That's good. That didn't help it. We made sure the bed was level, and that didn't help it. I checked level on the blade, both directions. It's good, and my blade guides are nice and tight and good to go. So I think that's basically where we're at, and all of those things are good, and we're still diving. In fact, the last pass I tried to do it dove really fast in. This is a 15-foot log. In the first time it dove, we were almost to the end of the log. The last time I did it and it dove, we were maybe 2 inches into the log. Yeah. The first time, correct. Only right as soon as it starts to dive, you hear it. It pops the blade off of the wheels. You guys full on lost me. So are you talking about the blade guide? Okay. Before jumping through. Yes. Yes. Kind of. Right. Is that what that's called? So it's not touching, when I'm looking at the roller guide, the blade guide, that blade should not touch the back part of the, oh gosh, all I can do is see a little hat. So I see it as a little hat. So you have the top hat part, it sits on that, but it should not touch your bill. Does that make sense? Okay. So it should be correct. Okay. Okay, perfect. That makes total sense to me. Well, I know the blade is touching the brim of the hat of those rollers. It's hard up against those, so we probably won't have to. Yeah, that would be bad. I have not, thank goodness. Bye-bye.
Okay, what happened?
Well, I'm so glad I made that phone call. It's one of the things that when I was looking at Sawmills, they were talking about the customer service of Woodmizer is top notch, and they're not kidding. So, and I am not a sponsored video. I spent my own money on this. What has happened, and I don't really know how it has happened, but if you look really close up here on the blades, and you can see on this one that's closest to you. So the teeth are way far back. If you come over onto this other side.
I see what you mean.
The teeth the blade is pushed forward, and on that one, the blade is pushed back. So on this one, let's adjust our light here. What I'm looking at is this part right here. This should only be 1/8 of an inch from this part right here to your thing. So somehow this has gotten off of where it's supposed to be, and this would absolutely cause this problem. So he's walked me through how to adjust this. We're going to adjust it, and then we're gonna do a test cut and see what it is. I have not seen any videos talking about how to do this. So it is in the manual. They have a great manual. So as he was walking me through, I was looking at the manual, so I know where to look. But I'm going to show you what he has told me to do, because I haven't seen it in any other videos. So this would be after you check fresh blade, belt tension, what were the other things that we did?
Level.
The level of our deck. If all of those answers they're exactly what they're supposed to be, like, you know, yes, we're level, yes, our tension is exactly what it is, and yes, I have a new blade, which that was my thing. This is our next thing to check, if your blade is diving into your lugs.
So fingers crossed that this works.
Yes. I gotta run back to the toolbox.
You must be serious. You braided your hair.
And I got all these.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's time to switch hats, because I can't get in there with this hat. It's ball cap time.
I especially love it when you wear it around backwards.
When I'm in my thug life.
That is hysterical. You look funny.
But that's how all the mechanics do it.
Yeah. Well, you are a mechanic now.
Channeling my inner mechanic.
So you're a Jill of all trades now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you can't be a Jack of all trades.
Well, it's true. It's very true. So let's see if one, we have the right tool here, and then two, if we can do this. Hey, good morning, guys. So we stopped filming. My friend Randy, you've seen him on our channel if you've been watching us, from R&D Benton Old Homestead. I'll put a link in the description below. He came over. He knows quite a bit more about the machines than I do. And Woodmizer was super helpful, but it's really, really difficult to explain something over the phone to someone who doesn't know what they're doing. So I want to show you what we did to hopefully fix the problem. We have not done our test run yet. We'll actually do that a little bit later this afternoon. We have some people coming, but I wanted to show you really quick what we adjusted to get our blade in the correct position. So let me show you the blade first so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, our big problem was we could not get this blade to scoot forward, and when I was talking to Woodmizer, I thought he was talking about adjusting this right here. Well, this adjustment adjusts this wheel. This adjustment part place, and we'll show you from the backside in a second, affects this wheel. And even in the book, this confused me. I didn't understand, but a couple of things that we had going on this machine, our wheels were pushing the blade down, which is not a good thing from what I understand. So we adjusted that so that the roller blades are just sitting on top. But we could not get this blade to scoot forward. And what it is you're not scooting the blade, you're scooting your wheel back and forth. So let me show you where that magic happens. So starting on this side of the machine, and you can see right here on the machine, it shows you adjusting these two sides will push your wheel out or bring your wheel in, depending upon which way you turn it. And the picture right here shows you exactly how to do that. On this side, and as you can see, we pulled things off. The plate is down there that goes on here. But you have to come up behind all of this. Right here is where we're looking at. That's the adjustment spot to bring this drive side wheel in and out. So we adjusted that, we messed with that, and was able to bring that wheel in so that the blade is sitting the way that it's supposed to sit on it. So that fixed that problem. I still have to put the cover back on and do my test run, but these guides, these guides here, you adjust from here. So they have to sit a specific way on your blade. And the book, the manual does tell you all of this. I'll show you in the manual where it shows that, but it was, if you look at illustration, I think it was 617, 618 is where it shows you where all this needs to be and how this needs to be done. Or it was confusing to me because I'm not a mechanic. So the biggest thing is I misunderstood the tech that this was not the one I was supposed to be doing, that it was over there under that. So not his fault. Really hard to teach someone over the phone, so I totally get that. But they were great. They were wonderful. It was super helpful to have Randy come over, and we spent a few hours on this last night. It got dark and we just kind of stopped. So this afternoon we'll be starting this thing up. We'll be doing another test cut and seeing if that fixes it. Otherwise we may have to do a few more adjustments. So that's something that if your blade is diving, that you were probably going to want to check, because apparently my guides were out of whack from the place. So this may have been why I've been having a little bit of problem with my machine the last couple of years. So
like it's getting wavy.
Okay, so we've adjusted everything exactly how it says to be in the book. We've tensioned the rollers with the blade. We've deflected it as much as it says to do. We've canted them in the direction that it says to cant them. And so before, when we had loosened everything off, it kind of ran up, and now it's kind of diving down. So it dove up and now it dove down. So I think the next thing that I'm going to try is trying to find a happy middle, because it's not wavy
at the beginning.
At all
it was
anymore.
Perfect. It was like,
but it was doing a slow dive, and then it got to a certain point and it kind of dove quite a bit more. So I'm getting really concerned about our build. I did get a hold of Woodmizer, and they said they were going to send me some more bearings. I don't really know what else to do. We've legit tried everything that they've done. We can recheck the tension on the belt. We can, like I said, maybe come off the blade, the tension on the blade, and it's not the tension where you pull that bar, it's the guides push down. They actually push down on the blade, and that tightens that blade up. So when we had come off of that, it loosened that up and it dove up. When we went down, when we tightened down on it, at the amount that it said to do it
6
in
millimeters.
the book.
Yep.
So then it quit waving, but now it's starting to dive down. So I think maybe if we come off of that a tiny bit, that maybe we can find that golden middle. Okay, so we have the get together with everybody that wants to help us finish up this barn before winter on the 24th, September 24th. And today is what?
September the 11th.
The 11th.
Yeah.
So that gives us 13 days to get everything milled, which if the mill was working well, I do believe we could do it.
We did get 12 logs milled in one day last year.
Yeah, and that was when it was super hot. So I do believe we can do it, especially since we have the tractor that we've borrowed, so we're not trying to lift these heavy beams off the machine. But
if we can just get this mill going.
So if you guys own this mill, or you've seen a video that somebody has dealt with these things, we've done all the basic stuff that you do, which we've moved past the 4 simple ways to fix this issue, and we've moved into the more difficult ways to fix this issue. So if you just message them to me, email them to me. The email is in the description below. So maybe we can get this figured out and not absolutely destroy this log. We've pretty much destroyed about 3 inches off the top of this log here with this diving issue. So, which is heartbreaking because it's a beautiful piece of lumber. It's a very, very gorgeous log, and we could definitely get probably 6 6x6s out of it, which would go a long way on this build. So, I mean, I guess that's all we've got for this video. Until we get this fixed and lined up, I don't really know. We're not going to be able to move forward on this particular build. If that happens, we're just going to go back to the shipping container tiny house for the year. So definitely come follow along. We got a lot of exciting things happening on that. But make sure you come back and let's just see if we get this thing figured out. We appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out. Bye. Bye.